today we're going to go over how to attack every single site on the map Skyscraper. If you guys are interested, the full video for every single map is over on my main channel, which is Garfield's Dock. Okay, now pushing T, there's typically two ways that you can do this. You can do a shrine over, which is a horizontal over, or you can do a direct black take. I'll show you how to do both. So typically you want to open up this single wall, you want to open up the split window, and you want to work for the main office wall. So whether it's reinforced or not, you just open it, and you want to take all this space up to terrorist, not terrorist, you know what I'm saying. So you basically would get up to this point, and from here you would wait until your teammates are able to try to drone out shrine and dragon. If someone's behind the shrine, you can bang them from the wall. You can also get somebody to play on the balcony at the start of the round, so you can cut off anybody playing dragon, and you can, you know, start to work for top black when you guys get to that point. But basically you would clear the person on the shield, and you would basically get the person that's, you know, pushing terrorists or two people to try to collapse off of the person drum. Now if you're having a difficult time, you can always also open up this geisha single, and you can cut off the angle. And basically your guys' main objective here would get to the point where you're able to open up this single wall right here. And from here, if you're able to get this opened up, let's say you open up the wall, then you literally just try to get in and get a plant down. I would suggest planting right here, just so enemies have to swing wide into the angle instead of having to just, you know, run in and shoot the person. But that's typically how you would try to go about opening that wall. Now, the preferred attack that I like is going for black stairs. So what you would be doing is you would be getting people to jump in toilet and restaurant, and you guys would be basically going for the black staircase here. So you guys would make sure there's no roamer or anybody trying to flank. And the person at the start of the round can play on this window, cut off anybody rotating or on the staircase. We can, let's say if we have nades, we can just bounce a nade. Usually I play Grim if I'm on this, so I'm on this window, I'm just grimming out the staircase to make sure nobody's there, and the shield player can walk black with somebody. And my objective would be playing the window here, so I'd basically be cutting off anybody trying to rotate, anybody try to swing, all that good stuff. And at the same time as my shield and the other person, they're basically just trying to walk up top black. You can make vert on the person that might be playing close, as you can tell. And while you're taking the black staircase, you can have a teammate or two just, you know, peeking for the shrine balcony. Now, typically there might be a shield placed somewhere around this area, so you might have to nade it out or whatever. But basically you have your Grim cutting off any rotates in sight. You have your teammates working for the rotate. And typically what you guys would be trying to do is trying to get a plant down, of course. So depending on how their site setup is, you might have to smoke yourself or smoke off their angles and just try to get a plant down somewhere. And typically this works. The office over, not the office over, the black stairs. But once again, those are the two examples. Okay, now attacking office / office side is pretty generic for a lot of players. They usually just go outside the balcony and bait. Personally, what I like to do is I like to go office over and geisha over. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be having a pre-placed, let's say in karaoke, we're going to make sure no one's black stairs or wave stairs. We're going to drone out, have somebody take geisha as well. I'm going to take karaoke. You can have somebody take T-Belk, or you can have them come from bottom black. Basically, your main objective here is just to clear all of these angles up to shrine and up to drum. So you can do this a number of ways. You just got to put your thinking cap on. And basically from here, what you want to be trying to do here is you want to mainly get dragon and terrorist control. So once you get dragon control, depending on their strat, you can basically force the enemies out of these angles. Depending on how they're playing, you can possibly even open this double wall if it's soft. You need to get this single wall that's reinforced open as well, and have somebody just playing on it late. And you guys can basically then get top VIP clearance area just off those two angles. You just gotta watch out for the main house staircase. And the people that's pushing terrace, they can basically just walk up. And depending on how they're playing this, if there's head holes on either side or there's like just reinforced, you can open this wall. And if you actually open this wall and they reinforce both of it, you can typically just get a plant down just by having all those angles open. You just, you gotta watch for anybody that might be tucked on the other side. And you can even get somebody to late rotate out, split. That's playing on the single. And you guys can cut off majority of the rotates just from playing this. Now, it might sound easier said than done, but typically that's how I would attack if I'm going horizontal over. Now, if you guys are going for the main breach, it's a little bit more difficult because there's a lot more moving pieces here and a lot less room for error. So basically, you want to just try to open up this wall depending on how they are setting this up. Some teams might just reinforce it off and try to bandit trick. But typically, you open this up, and from here, you have like all the defenders pushing back and just holding from deep sight and on the breach. So after you open up that office double, you need to open up this single wall. You guys need to open up this split window. And I would suggest getting somebody going below to try to pinch with the guy going single wall. So you guys would basically walk up and you guys would try to pinch the person that's on the staircase. You can basically just take this control, and then if anybody's dragging, you have to fight that. And then you basically have a lot of area to get somebody to jump and split, and then fight whoever's tucked. And then the person that's on breach, usually this wall's reinforced, you can just get them to reinforce off the wall. You can also get a teammate to fight terrorists maybe, bang the single, or whatever. So that's typically the two ways that you would attack the site. Okay, now attacking bar is kind of like attacking T for the way that I explained, basically opening up basically this window right here on the rappel. So basically what we're going to be actually working for is opening up this wall. So to do so, we need to take 3 areas. We need to have somebody or 2 people on this black balcony. And basically we need to get the people that might be close to rotate. And if we're playing like a nomad or something, we need to air jab off, just so we're able to actually open up this double wall. Now, at the same time, what we should be doing is we should get somebody to take toilets. I'm always picturing like a shield or something taking this area. This is going to be probably reinforced, but you basically just get restaurant control, cut off anybody that might be, trying to take retake site or playing in site. You have all this information as a shield. Just sit here, and basically you would be opening up this far right wall. And from here, you would basically jump in and just get the shield player to, or walk in and just get them to plant right here in the corner. And since you have somebody that's on the rappel right here, you can basically watch the kitchen door for anybody trying to rotate around, or the kitchen, like the bottom wave stairs. And yeah, so as long as you have somebody trying to plant right there, you have somebody on the window. You can even get somebody staying on black stairs for, let's say, the rotate or just for the flank. And then you have a teammate just positioned deep restaurant, just holding any angles that might need to be contested, as well as, just a restaurant in general, or just on the side door. And honestly, that's as easy and simple as you make it. Now, if they're extended above and they're trying to play vert on you, you can get that hard breacher. If the wall's reinforced, you can get them to open this, and you can push the enemies back and just have a teammate just hold this angle and just maybe air jab off, maybe deep geisha or on the T door, just for the information if they shoot it, so then you can swing and fight them. But yeah, you basically want to try to cut them off there. So attacking bathroom is a odd sight, to say so myself. Sorry about the yawn once again. Holy hell. I feel like after yapping for 30 minutes, I just feel so stinky, man. Anyway, so we're gonna want to open up Did not mean to throw that. We're going to want to open up closet just for phantom pressure and maybe late round. Depending on the site setup, guys, once again, the site setup might be different. This might be reinforced for this. But I doubt it, but I don't know. But basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take horizontal over. So we're going to want to take delivery. We're going to want to take pantry and kitchen. And basically what we want to make sure is all of this area is clear. So we're able to basically push up and pinch anybody that might be in reception. So once we get this control, we can kind of basically time our push on the reception guy and try to take delivery control. Now, once again, if you're a support player or, you know, you like to drone out, you can basically just sit outside this window, drone out for your teammates, and then just, you know, play the phantom pressure right here for house lobby for anybody rotating or trying to flank. And your main objective would just be opening this far wall in delivery. And the good thing about this is they can play quite a bit of vert, but depending on how they play, typically you can just go for a plant. As long as they don't have like the main vertical, you can typically just try to go for a plant in one of the corners. It just depends on how the defenders are playing it, but you're probably gonna have to clear a teammate that's in the little tub. And you can do this by having somebody possibly pressure from the window in sight, or yeah, just trying to make a play. Ying is very strong for this site, by the way, because you can just basically bounce a Candela off of this and then get it to roll on site door, and then you can just fight them. It's a very chaotic site overall. So if you're able to, you can open up that front wall, like I said, and you can, for the person that likes to play windows that I was saying that plays here for the cutoff, you can also open up the wall for them here, and they can just cut off all of sight. And then from there, you just need to find the gap of where you might be able to plant. And yeah, this example that I'm showing you that we're attacking into, by the way, is a off extend for defense. So just keep that in mind. But typically, you can even pressure enemies out just by attacking like this. And depending on your utility, you can usually just get a plant down just off of smokes or stuns or flashes or whatever.